Hi guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. So today I'm going to share with you my Reading Rush TBR. The Reading Rush is a readathon that is hosted by Ariel Bissett and one other person. I can't remember what her name is, but they have a Reading Rush YouTube channel, and I will link that down below, as well as their own website, so I will link that down below as well. Reading Rush was formerly known as Booktubeathon, and they have since decided to change that around to include more people on the bookternet rather than just booktubers. And so I am really excited to participate in it this year. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope that a lot of you are participating in it as well. So if you are, please let me know. I would love to friend you on the website and just get to know kind of what you're reading and maybe bond with you a little over that. So let's get into some of the books that I will be reading for this year's Reading Rush. This year there are 7 different challenges to complete for Reading Rush, and so I will be sharing with you each of the books that I am planning to read for each of those challenges. The first challenge is to read a book with purple on the cover, and for this I decided to go with Drama by Raina Telgemeier. This is a graphic novel that is on my summer TBR, and it fit right in to this challenge. It's looking a little pink on my camera right now, but it's definitely purple. But yeah, this is one that I've been meaning to read this summer anyway, and I'm going to go ahead and get that done during this readathon. And this is about a theater group, I think, in a middle school. And so my kids have both read it. I'm not 100% sure what it's about, but I'm looking forward to reading it. I know that much. The next prompt is to read a book in the same location the entire time you're reading it, and for this I'm also going to be doing drama. So it's easy for me to pick a spot and sit and read my graphic novels, especially my shorter ones, and so I thought that this would be a pretty easy one to fulfill both of these challenges. I am probably just going to be sitting on my couch reading it during the day when my kids are running around, and I'm looking forward to getting this done in a single spot. The next prompt is to read a book that you meant to read last year, and for this one I'm going to attempt to finally read Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. This is the book that I named as the one book I wanted to read before the end of the year this year in my mid-year book freakout tag. This is one that every year I say I'm definitely going to get this done this year. And so I definitely meant to get this done last year, and it never happened. And so I'm going to try my hardest to get this done during this readathon. We'll see if it actually happens. It is a little bit of a longer book, and so it just depends on how much time I have to read throughout each day. But I think that I can hopefully get it done, and I plan to do that with this book. The fourth prompt is to read an author's debut novel or first book, and for this I decided I'm going to be reading Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is another one that was on my summer TBR that I wanted to read all of Taylor Jenkins Reid's backlist, and luckily enough I hadn't read her first book yet, so this is going to fit in really well for that challenge. I am planning on listening to this one on audio, but I also picked up the hard copy from the library so that if I get a chance to do some physical reading in it, I will do that as well, but mostly planning to knock this one out on audiobook. The fifth prompt is to pick up a book with a non-human main character, and for this I'm going to be picking up Saga Volume 1 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. This is yet another one that was on my summer TBR that I wanted to get to this summer because it's one I've been meaning to get to for a really long time. But the 2 main characters in this are both aliens, and so that is definitely a non-human. But to my understanding, it's about 2 alien species who are not supposed to have relations with each other, and they end up having a baby together, and so kind of the turmoil and the aftermath of that. But looking forward to getting through this one, and I think that this will help with a readathon like this where I'm reading so much in such a short period of time, because it is pretty short, and I think that I will be able to get through it pretty quickly. The next prompt is to read a book with 5 or more words in the title. I am also going to be taking part in middle grade magic readathon, which is July 14th through the 24th of this year, and so they overlap a little bit, and so I'm going to utilize one book for both readathons, and that book is The War I Finally Won by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. This is the second book, a sequel to The War That Saved My Life, which I read last month, and I'm looking forward to getting to this one as well. This is another one that I am planning on doing on audio. But yeah, in those couple of days that overlap both readathons, I'm hoping to be able to get this one knocked out and have it count for both readathons. So that is the one that I am planning to read for the book with 5 or more words in the title. And then the 7th prompt is to read a book and watch the movie adaptation of the book. And so for this, I'm also planning on doing Jurassic Park. I've seen this movie before, but it's definitely one I wouldn't mind rewatching. I've rewatched it before, and so I thought that this would fit a really good as far as fulfilling both of those prompts, and I'm really looking forward to watching the movie as well as reading the book, and hopefully watching the movie soon after so I can compare them. And then the last little bonus prompt is to read 7 books. I have 2 books that I'm planning on doubling up on prompts for, so I don't have 7 books yet. I will have 5 books if I get all of those done. And so I picked up 2 more that I'm interested in, and if I get to them, I get to them, and if I don't, I don't. The first one of those is The Wild Robot by Peter Brown. This is a middle grade. It is about a robot, I think, that gets stranded on an island. It's one that a few people read during middle grade March this year and really loved. I currently have it checked out from the library for my kids, and it's one that I wouldn't mind reading as well. And so if I get around to reading this, I would really like to be able to get to this one. And then the other one that is on my, if I get a chance to read it, hopefully I will, is Animal Farm by George Orwell. I originally picked this up for the non-human main character prompt, and then decided that I would probably have better luck getting to Saga than I would this one as a definitely. But this one's pretty short, and it's one that I might be able to knock out on audio as well if I have the time. But it is one that's about farm animals, and so definitely not a human main character, but one that I've been meaning to get to for years and just haven't gotten around to it yet. And so I am looking forward to hopefully getting to this one if I get the chance. So those are all of the books that I am planning on reading for Reading Rush this year. As I said before, if you are planning on participating in this readathon, please let me know down below. I'd love to connect with you either on here on YouTube or on the Reading Rush website. I'm really looking forward to participating in this readathon this year, and I hope a lot of you are too. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you stick around and subscribe, and until next time, see ya!